So today I'm going to pitch you a wholesaling deal.
There's just a lot of unknowns right now for me, so it's very hard to make a good firm offer.
I'm so confident about my deal.
How is somebody supposed to just jump into this and go, this is a great idea?
The fact that there has just been nothing transact in the last 8 months to a year shows a certain illiquidity to that market, right?
I think the biggest thing, guys, if we're having a lesson here, who are you pitching to? I have no desire to go to Pembroke. I can't even spell Pembroke.
Okay, look at this. Who wants to buy this deal?
Three investors: Ben Mirzan, Matt McKeever, and our guest investor will watch as entrepreneurs present their deals with only one chance to make the pitch. Brought to you by Cashflow Tribe.
So what I'm asking for is an investment of $40,000.
As far as wholesaling experience up until this point, it's zero, right?
How are you going to take advantage of the wholesale market that's already pretty flooded?
I haven't really talked to Matt or anyone about this.
In this scenario, I feel like I may have to put the money in a duffel bag and drop it behind the dumpster.
Selling a dream, I think you can probably do it, but 10% is probably not what's going to get it done.
Today, I'm asking you investors for $1 million.
You're asking for $1 million. That's a big ask. Right off the bat, that is a huge ask.
Your ask of $1 million doesn't scare me.
I don't know if the numbers are adding up for me, man.
I like the creativity behind the idea of giving us 10% equity in the deals you do, but I think that even that sort of language is a bit convoluted.
I will refuse to invest in someone that refuses to invest in themselves.
This property that we're taking a look at, it's got an ARV of 165, and our comp is extremely solid, double verified by both me as well as a contractor.
I'm honestly lost as to what we would be talking about.
Is that the question, or?
If it doesn't make sense in the first 2 minutes, it's probably not a good deal for me.
What I'm really interested in doing is getting more people into the Sault Ste. Marie market.
No, I'm pretty sure he's looking for 100% financing. You actually brought too much creativity, which is rare for me to say.
Can I respond, or let's say we come in under ARV, which I really don't think we're going to.
The fast nickel beats the slow dime, dude. Hold on. I got the 40, man. I'm actually giving you a better deal. Do you want to take it?
Straight to the point. What we would like to do is to present you with an opportunity to earn over 21% ROI.
Anybody can buy a duplex. It takes a special person to take that duplex and turn it into a business.
Tying up money for 2 years for the sort of upside that we're looking at just doesn't really fit within my personal investing.
Like, let's not be greedy, guys.
There's still a lot of speculation for me, and if I'm going to speculate, I might as well put my money in the stock market.
Okay, just one at a time.
Not necessarily.
Just reflecting back on the last deal that you were attempting to fund there with Matt, where there was absolute no solid asset at all. It was just on the hopes that someone's marketing is going to pay off.
If you would have had one more slide, you'd have lost me.
I'm going to disagree a little bit. I cannot see that happening.
Don't let the pitch make you a little.
Come on, man.
When you come to the pitch, man, be ready.
My question to you, judges, are you willing to invest in me today?
All right, so let's get right into this.
How much money do you actually need here? I don't even know what numbers you need. Like, you didn't bring me a deal.
Had you leaned upon your experience a bit more, that could have helped.
I will be contributing $100,000 in capital towards the purchase of a flip property.
There's three things that I really focus on when I lend: character, capacity, and capital.
This is certainly something we come across all the time.
But without a deal here, man, you're just a nice guy with a hammer.
You are on the clock. 5 minutes. Let's go.
Today, I'm asking you investors for $1 million.
For $100,000.
$146,000.
I'm asking for $300,000.
You're asking for $1 million. That's a big ask.
For me, I do have concerns.
I'm a very nice guy until you ask me for money.
You have an opportunity to play a bigger league. That takes guts. It takes balls. You don't ask, you don't get.
I got to know in the next 30 seconds, and I'm not partnering with anybody else on this deal.
Like, you're getting a great deal, in my opinion.
Today, I'm going to go with my gut and choose.
today I'm going to pitch you a wholesaling deal.
There's just a lot of unknowns right now for me, so it's very hard to make a good firm offer.
I'm so confident about my deal.
How is somebody supposed to just jump into this and go, this is a great idea?
The fact that there has just been nothing transact in the last 8 months to a year shows a certain illiquidity to that market, right?
I think the biggest thing, guys, if we're having a lesson here, who are you pitching to? I have no desire to go to Pembroke. I can't even spell Pembroke.
Okay, look at this. Who wants to buy this deal?
What is going on, Cashflow Tribe? What is going on, world? Who is excited for another episode of The Pitch? Peter, the producer here, and guys, we have a great show here for you today. We have a great guest investor. I think you guys are going to be excited about who we have on the show today, and I know I'm pumped up. I am excited. So if you guys are excited, if you guys are ready for another epic show, I want to see some fire emojis in the comments right now. Let's get our guests who are pitching a little excited here. Let's get them amped up for the show. Let's get our guest investor, who Daniel will introduce to you guys in another sec, excited by throwing some fire emojis in the comment. What's going on, everyone? We got Crystal Mox in the chat. We got Tanya saying, hey, Peter. We got Vlad super excited, but here we go. We got some fire emojis blowing up the chat. Love this, everyone. So, guys, we have another amazing show for you. And again, none of this would be possible without Matt. None of this would be possible without Ben and the amazing community that they've joined together to create for Canada. I absolutely love what's going on. I remember being there when they met for the first time and when they came up with a name for Cashflow Tribe, and watching the growth, watching the community, watching people become financially independent. Like, it's absolutely amazing. People achieving more than just trying to, acquire real estate. Everyone who's part of this community, everyone who's coming up, especially those in council, I've seen grow since this community started. I got to see people when they first were starting out, and how much growth, how much personal development, how much mindset, how much courage and confidence that I see in these people right now. And again, none of this would be possible without Cashflow Tribe, and none of this would be possible without the amazing community that's starting here and that's continuing to grow on a weekly basis. So I want to give a big shout out to some of the new members on Cashflow Tribe. We currently have 2,681 people on the Cashflow Tribe website. So if you guys aren't part of Cashflow Tribe, I really suggest joining this amazing community. This is where you guys can network. This is where you guys connect. This is where you guys can find private or off-market deals that are going on in Ontario, in Canada. And this is the community that you need to join if you are serious about becoming a real estate investor and growing your network, growing your community for yourself. So I want to give a quick shout out to all the brand new Cashflow Tribe members over the last week. We got Nadia, Annie, Karen, Test Account. We have, I'm going to mess this up, Jahinger. We have Muhammad. We have Sadar, Eric, Calum, Nathan, Alazer, Daniel, David, Andrew, Stephanie, Murat, Brianna, Myrell, Doris, Jing. And this is only just a few of the people who are brand new to this community. And we want to give you guys a big shout out. We really appreciate you guys. And you guys are the people that are going to continue to allow this community to grow. So thank you to, I already just said Jinx. We had a new person join just right now. We have Teresa, Don Weber, Daniel, Nalaya, Ryan, Aaron, Taylor, Sanmeet, Nicholas, David, Paul, Quinton, Jamie, Bismanpreet, Michael, Nick, Manoj, Christine, and Case. We appreciate all of you and all of you being part of the Cashflow Tribe community. So once again, if you guys are excited for tonight's show, let's get the comments going here. Let's get the guest investor and let's get our guest pitchers amped up. And of course, Matt and Ben, and you guys know the amazing host, Daniel. So let's get some fire emojis blowing up in the chat, getting them all excited. I currently see we have about 117 people watching across all the platforms, 118 now. So this is absolutely amazing. And before we move on here, I want to let you guys know that one of the amazing features that we have at Cashflow Tribe here is free online calculators. So with your free membership to Cashflow Tribe, you have access to all these calculators created by real estate investors for real estate investors. So if you're looking for a purchase and close cost calculator, CMHC calculator, land transfer tax calculator, mortgage calculator, wholesale profit, flipping max allowable offer, flipping profit, there's all these calculators here. And they're all available for free on Cashflow Tribe. So if you guys aren't a part of Cashflow Tribe, go head over there. This is just one of the many amazing features they have. Again, the communities, the forums, the courses, everything like that. But before we go, before I let Daniel take over here and head on to this amazing show, we are now opening things up to everyone who's part of, not just part of Cashflow Tribe, but anyone who's watching the show. If you want your chance to be on the show, in the description box below, you can sign up to be on the show. All you have to do is read through all this here. Make sure you're ready. This is real deals for real money with real investors. They're not going to go easy on you guys. But if you guys want, sign up here. You have to do about a 1 to 2 minute selfie video. No pitches will be taken if you don't include a selfie video. So that's one of the main things we're really hitting on here. Fill out the Google form, head over, and you guys can have your chance to be on the show. But without further ado, we're going to pass this off to Daniel for another epic show. And I'm excited, guys, because we have a great one here for you. So let's get it going.
Warning. All lenders are professional Canadian real estate investors who invest their own money into these deals. Every pitch is made cold, and every lender will make offers at their own risk. 3 investors: Ben Mirzan, Matt McKeever, and our guest investor will watch as entrepreneurs present their deals with only one chance to make the pitch. Brought to you by Cashflow Tribe. Hey, what's going on, everybody? I hope you're doing well. Come on, man. It's your boy, Daniel Blagrove, hitting you with yet another installment of The Pitch, brought to you by Cashflow Tribe, Canada's #1 real estate community. And as I mentioned, my name is Daniel Blagrove, but you ain't here to see me. Come on, man. This is the show where investors make a pitch to potential money partners for a chance to raise capital for their real estate investments. So listen, I gotta know, where are y'all tuning in from? Drop your city in the comments, because I know we got people from PEI, Newfoundland, New Brunswick, all the way to the West Coast. We got Vancouver, Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, from my home province of Ontario. Let me know where you from, because it's about to go down. You feel me? Oh man, I'm so excited because we got 2 special pitchers who are going to be making pitches for their deals, for their businesses. And I'm excited because we got people ready to go, ready to flow. I hope you are. Put it in the chat. Winnipeg is in the house. What's up, Mark? Ottawa. Oh man, I love it. I love connecting with y'all. Is that Shayville or Shav Willie? Oh, Shav Willie. Wow, that's a new one. I love it. I love it. London, Ontario. What's up, Bex? That's awesome. Okay, guys. All right. Listen, Peter already gave the big news, and I gotta say, I love our community because we are growing every single day. You got to be a part of it. But listen here. Check this out. Check this out. I've been having conversations. See, what I've been talking about is the dugout. This is the opportunity where after the show, we're going to be hanging out, breaking down the mindset, the approach, what went down. Why did a deal fall apart, or why did it come together? And I know this has been only for premium members, but listen, it's been so good. I gotta have everybody in on it. So listen, if you have not grabbed a membership at Cashflow Tribe, grab a free basic membership because it'll give you access to the dugout. It's happening tonight, right after the call. You're gonna be hanging out with Matt. You're gonna be hanging out with Ben, our guest investor, our pitchers. We're all gonna be getting together, having a conversation around how we can do deals and raise capital. So if you don't have a membership, go on and grab it at cashflowtribepitch.com. Okay, guys. Woo, I'm ready to go. Let's get it started. I got to bring in our guest judges. So from the blue corner, all right. Oh, excuse me. No, from the red corner. I'm mixing up personalities already. He is from Windsor, currently in Florida, doing businesses virtually, doing it over the phone, on the internet. However it needs to get done, it's getting done. I got to welcome Ben Mirzan. What's going on, Ben?
Yo, this week I'm in Miami, Florida, ready to do deals. I've got $1.2 million, so do not waste my time. Let's go, Daniel.
An immigrant from Romania, Ben Mirzan escaped communism and became Southwestern Ontario's largest single-family investor. Ben has done almost 300 deals in Canada, becoming a multimillionaire by the age of 30, and is the CEO of Cashflow Tribe, who has a passion for helping others reach their true potential. From the
good to
blue
be here.
corner. Oh man, we got go, baby. From the blue corner, we got someone who's been growing his YouTube channel. It's on the cusp of 72,000 subscribers. He's been doing deals and he's been doing it for real. I gotta bring him on, Matt McKeever.
Awesome. Love the energy, Daniel. Smash the like button, guys, and make sure you're sharing this on social media. Looking forward to some good deals.
Achieving financial independence and quitting his day job at the age of 31, serial entrepreneur and angel investor Matt McKeever is Canada's leading real estate investor on YouTube. With a portfolio of over 150 units, Matt shares his wisdom with his growing following of over 70,000 subscribers and over 4.5 million views. All right. Matt and Ben, how are you feeling tonight? It is the pitch. We got two people coming to you. I still got someone special to introduce, but how are you feeling right now, Ben? You're muted, brother.
I'm fired up, ready to go. The deals better be hotter than the Miami weather, man. I'm ready to rock and roll. Hope everybody's gonna bring the heat tonight because Humble's hungry.
All right, Matt, you are from the blue corner. You got money to lend, money to spend. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I've been missing a lot of the deals recently, so I'm looking forward to seeing some good deals tonight. Otherwise, I was joking in the comments, I might have to buy a Bitcoin or something.
Yo, you better pick up the pace over there, man. I'm bringing $1.3 million tonight, and I'm pretty sure my track record's been smashing the last several episodes. Daniel, did I not do a deal on every episode?
Hey, man, you have a streak that many cannot compare right now, but the question is, will it continue tonight?
All right, I'm ready, man. I'm ready to prove it. Let's go.
That's awesome. Come on, man. But we got one more person to bring. He's a special guest, and I got to tell you about him. Listen, he's been in sales and the service industry for 26 years. He co-founded the REC, and in over 16 years, he placed not fourth, not third, but second in Canada under Royal LePage in 2020. He's got over 40 realtors, 11 support staff, and the team advises and assists over 500 buyers, sellers, and investors every year in the GTA, resulting in a total of over 1.6 billion, that's with a capital B, in transactions. His area of expertise is helping investors build out their real estate portfolio while writing books and teaching others how to buy and sell real estate on their own. A podcast host, social media influencer, hoping to inspire others to go from where they are now to where they want to be. I got it. Put the fire emojis in the comments and welcome none other than Jazz Takar.
What's up, Daniel? An amazing job with the pronunciation of my last name, brother. It's nice to see both Ben and Matt. Ben's up in Miami. I'm coming out to you guys from Toronto, Canada. I am excited to hear about this pitch, the two pitches today, but I'm actually also really excited to make some money tonight. So let's get started.
Come on, man. That's awesome. I'm so excited to have you. As we mentioned, we got 2 pitchers. So everybody in the comments, I need the prediction. Are we going to have 2 deals tonight? Are we going to have 1 deal tonight? Or are we going to have 0 deals tonight? Let me know in the comments. Man, I'm excited because Ben is already coming out the gate hot, saying he's got 1.3 million looking to lend. And Matt is coming out saying, listen, I ain't trying to buy a Bitcoin if I can find a solid deal. You heard me? And then Jazz, I know that you're looking forward to seeing what's going to be happening tonight, because if a deal's a deal, I know Jazz is going to be right on it. And so, guys, let us know. Are we going to have 2 deals, 1 deal, or no deals? I got to see the predictions. I got to see who's got the crystal ball. Tanya says 1. Okay. All right. Let's keep them coming in. Julian says 2. All right. 2. Okay. We got a couple winners. We'll see what happens. But without further ado, I got to bring him on. The first investor who's going to bring a pitch tonight. He started getting into real estate in December of 2019 and bought his first investment property in 2020. He has been working on his wholesale business, doing two wholesale deals in 2021 so far. And he's on the show tonight to look for a deal from one of you 3 tonight. I got to bring him on. He is the only one, Juan Fano.
Hi, Daniel. Thank you very much for that introduction. And thank you, Ben, Matt, and Jess for being here and try to hear for my deal. I'll try to bring that fire as a Latino guy to Ben there in Florida, so he will feel it from here. Thank you very much.
That's awesome. I love it. All right, so here is the deal. Juan, you got 5 minutes to make your pitch uninterrupted. So I advise you, make it clear, make it loud, so us and the audience can hear. The floor is all yours in 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, guys. Peter, if you can bring the presentation back. Perfect. Before we start, guys, I would like to tell you how I would like to present this. First, I will tell you exactly what I need. I have 2 options for this deal. Then I'll talk about the property itself. Then we are going to crunch some numbers, and then after a self Q&A questions that you probably will have from me after. Okay. So first, what I'm going to need at this point for this deal is the first option, and the one that I like the most, is an unsecured loan on 15% for an amount that I will reveal after. The second option is equity split for this deal. Okay. Now, what is this property itself? This is just a townhouse in Hamilton, 3-bedroom, 1 full bath. I'm not going to go into the details. What we're trying to do here is a flip. Okay. The suggested renovations that we have is new flooring, new bathroom, new kitchen, fresh paint, doors, trims, and baseboard. We consider this renovation will cost something around between 30 to 35K. Okay. Next presentation, please. Just for you to have, this is just a few pictures of the current condition of the property, as you can see here in the pictures, just for you to have. Next presentation here. We're going to crunch some numbers. My option 1. As you can see on the left side, and I don't want you to get involved with the numbers, the important thing here is I'm looking for an unsecured loan, which will cover this. A rental cost and a down payment. What we want to try to achieve here is going to the purchase price. We got this property for $30,000, $370,000, sorry. And we're trying to do a rehab to this property. We got already 3 different contractors who saw this property, and they gave us a quote for something around 30 and 35K. We're confident that for 30K will be more than enough, and having these 5.
Oh, there we go.
Did Juan freeze on us?
I think he froze. Juan, are you there? Are you with us? Oh dear, Juan.
He was doing pretty good.
He was doing good.
He was doing pretty good.
Come on, man. Like, you can't freeze in the middle of the pitch. He was actually getting good here. I'm jotting down numbers. You're going to have to pay me for my time if we don't get bad on this here. Let's go. Let me see if we can kick back in.
Sorry, guys.
Dude, listen, I thought you were going to be the one that actually got this done until 3 seconds ago.
Sorry, man. I just lost a few connections here, but let me just go back here right now. Sorry about that, guys. So just as the selling cost, we will thinking that this will get sold for $500,000, $30,000, and then will give us a profit of around $80,000. Here, I'm looking for, like I said, rental costs and down payment on a total of $100,009, and I'll give up 15% of this for 6 months. Okay, that's my first option. Then the next slide, please. The option 2, as I mentioned, is a 60-40 equity split where I'll give you 60% and I'll take the 40. I will looking for 100% financing on this deal, which will around to $430,000, and that will give you an estimate of return of $46,000, which it will be something around 11% of return on investment. Okay, next slide, please. I know that you will have some questions on this deal, and I would like to answer as few as we go with the slides. Next slide, please. Do you have comparables? That's probably the first question that you have to back up your amazing. And I do have comparables. As you can see here, I have 3 comparables who back up the amounts that I have for this property. If you see the one on the left side, this is literally a copy and paste of the property that I have, and with only one difference, which this one is in a pretty rough shape. And just by that sold, I got in February 08. That was on 410. And with the property we got in at 370, we believe that our property is around 420. So I'll give you already an equity of 50,000% just in the purchase. Okay. Now, if you might be asking, like, do you have more comparables? Next slide, please. I do have more comparables, but these ones are just gonna refer my ARV. So as you can see here, these are properties that got sold within a 1 kilometer area between the property that I have. And this one here, I just want to point out the first one as well. This one got sold in October 2020. I just want to bring it in because it's very similar, a little bit bigger, but just look how the numbers are raising in the time. So, and if you see all these 3 properties, they are very clean, they're in a good shape, but ours, because we're going to do a new renovation, it's going to have a nicer finish. So we are very confident that we can get at least $530,000 for this property when we sold. Next slide, please. Now, you might be asking as well, why not wholesaling it? Yes, actually, my first exit strategy for this deal is actually wholesaling, and I'm pretty confident that I could get $40,000 for this one. But if I can, I need to be confident that I will close on it and I will do the rental, and it will give me $80,000 approx for doing the rental. As I mentioned at the beginning, why not option 2? This is actually going to be my first flip, okay? So because it's not my first flip and I know that I can make more money, I don't want to first lose your money anyhow. So I would like to be more confident sharing my profit with some contractor that could guide me on this, and I could get this done. And I would like, instead of just doing the hammer, I would like to be as a project manager in these deals in the future. Next slide, please. You might have this question as well. Why invest in this tiny townhouse if I usually buy bigger properties? Like, for example, if you see Matt McKeever, we all know that he buys big apartments, buildings with 50 at least. So what I could say about that is, today I'm bringing you 1 townhouse, but nothing is going to stop me. Tomorrow it could be a 6-plex. And probably after that, I will bring you that 50 apartment building that probably we could turn in some deals. But I need to start from somewhere. And this is how I'm starting, and I can guarantee you that it will never stop. Even I'm trying to gain the respect of all of you. And from that, even if I have to open my own YouTube channel, I will do it. Just I will do my own podcast, and the biggest one in Canada, I'll try to do as well, if that is necessary to do it. Next slide, please. Why should I invest in you? Well, some people know me as a natural hustler, and I would like just to let you know to have a Venezuelan partner on your side, so you will see how good things we can do together. Maybe you can tell me as well, why are you so confident on this deal? Well, numbers make sense. The property we all got under contract in November 2020, and I know how some investors brag about appreciation. We're not betting on anything. We got appreciation already. The market got in our side, and now we have that equity of 50,000, as I mentioned. Next slide, please. And obviously, I know that this question could come from are you the one and the only? And probably coming from Ben, the answer is yes, I am. I'm the one and only. And guys, I just like to say that was my pitch. Thank you very much.
Listen, man, you started off rough, but I freaking love this pitch, dude. I got to tell you, before we even get into this, it was colorful, like your boy. It was concise, and you removed all objections along the way. I may still have some questions, but dude, that's how you pitch.
Come on, Juan. Sorry, go ahead, Jazz. Go ahead.
No,
Don't
go,
let me cut
Daniel.
you off,
Go first,
man.
buddy. Go ahead, my man. You go. Go.
Well, listen, I just want to make sure I catch everybody up to speed because, Juan, you had a fantastic presentation. It was clear and concise. But just for the few people who may have missed the information, let me break it down, and then you confirm for me if there's anything I'm missing. All right? So, listen, option number one, I'm looking to flip a property, and I'm looking for unsecured loan of a total of $109,000, which will cover the renovation and the down payment, and that will give you a return of 15% over a 6-month period. Option number two is I'm looking to flip the property with 100% financing and to do the deal with 60% profit split for the investor, 40% profit split for Juan, and for the investment would be a total of $430,000. Juan, is there anything I am missing, or is that correct?
That's completely correct, Daniel.
All right, guys. Ben, Matt, and Jazz are going to dive right into this. But before we do, I need y'all to check this out. We will be right back after these words from Cashflow Tribe. Welcome back to The Pitch, brought to you by Cashflow Tribe, Canada's #1 real estate investing community. Listen, Ben made a really interesting point. He said that he loved the pitch. He thought he made it concise. He eliminated a lot of objections. But I know there's a lot more that we can dive into when it comes to how to make a pitch, how to present to knowing your audience and making the numbers sound right and not being overcomplicated and being very precise. We can learn all of that in the dugout. So if you're looking to hang out with us after this stream, just go ahead and grab a free membership at cashflowtribepitch.com. A free 99 membership at cashflowtribepitch.com. We want to see you on the other side and really hang out there. Okay, boys, I got to get started with Jazz. I got to give him the honor and the privilege to go ahead first. Do you have any questions to dissect this deal? Anything that you want to present to Juan tonight?
I do. Juan, again, great presentation. I liked how you did make it colorful, but I had some questions about you first and foremost. Talk to me a little bit about what you have done, because in the intro, I heard that you've done a couple of flips before, but then I thought I heard you say that this is going to be your first investment. Can you talk to me a little bit about what you've done in the past as an investor, man?
Absolutely, yes. What Daniel said is that I bought my first rental property, and I did 2 wholesale deals. I did not do any flip at all. I have a background in construction from back home in Venezuela. So I have a civil engineering background, and I have managed a few big projects, but never having like a renovation for a property itself.
Okay. And the 2 wholesale deals that you've done, just elaborate on those for me, man, because I want to get to know a little bit more about you and your experience.
Absolutely. Well, the first one was a property in Hamilton where there was a potential on a duplex conversion.
Do you live in Hamilton, by the way?
I am not, but I'm actually moving at the end of this month to Hamilton.
Okay, continue. Sorry, go ahead.
No worries. Yeah, that was a kind of a duplex conversion that we wholesale it to a contractor in Hamilton. The second one is a single family home that it has the potential for in-law suit because they didn't accomplish the requirements for a duplex conversion. But that was the second that we did. And right now we have all the other ones coming in the pipeline, but this is the one that we have done so far.
And have you sold any of those? Did you flip any of those? What was the numbers on those?
Well, this wholesale method is like we put it under contract and then we sell the contract. That's how we do it right now. So I didn't do any job. My work was connecting the dots between the seller and the buyers, and this is how we do it.
And what was the profit in the first and the second one?
Well, the first one was $5,000, and the second one as well, $5,000.
Okay.
Come on, Ben and Matt. Sorry, Jazz. You have anything else to say?
No. I'm good. Go ahead, man.
All
Ben
right,
and
man.
Matt?
Hey, dude, here, how much equity do you have in the deal at the time of close? What's the worth? What's the fair market value in comparison to your purchase price?
Well, the thing is this. At this point, we saw that the market right now moves to somewhere around 440. So we're probably talking about 60 to 65 on equity.
60 to 65. And you've got those comps to prove that, okay? Who's going to do the work here? You keep saying we, but where's the we? All I see is one dude, the one guy in front of me. Where's the we?
I'm glad that you asked because I'm not having experience as a flip. I have to partner up with someone because I would rather to share my profits with someone who can lead me instead of just crushing myself. This is a contractor and who also, for the option one, that's why we have different options. Option one, he was able to secure a mortgage for the property. That's one of the plans. And we are going to split the equity, and that's why I need to come with the renovation cost.
I'm going to get him Wi-Fi first before we do anything.
Yo, when you come to the pitch, you better hardwire the F
Because I love everything this guy's saying. Like I want to hear more.
This is a moral to the story here. There's a moral here to the story. Listen, you got to come over prepared. The one thing that might take you out is the thing you didn't get ready for. Always over prepare. Always hardwire. This might actually be a real deal. This guy sounds.
Juan, are you there?
Man,
are you frozen again? He's there. He's back. Go.
Man, sorry,
go.
guys. Sorry, guys. I couldn't get the question, man. Sorry about that. My internet.
Yeah. The experience. You got a partner on this thing. You got a contractor. It's getting complicated. Where does the other contractor fit into this mix here? What's he doing? What's his split? And hurry up before your Wi-Fi cuts out again.
Okay. He is an investor as well, who does the contracting as well. He's very well known in some of the Cashflow Tribe members and all this community. He didn't want to reveal his name at this point, but we're partnered up on this one, and we have his projects, and I have pictures that we can guarantee what the work that he has done so far.
And so it's just you and the contractor. There's not a third partner, right?
No, just if we take the option one. If the option two will get the contractor out, this one in terms of partnership, the partners will be you and me, and then I will hire a different contractor.
Let me ask you this, man. Let me ask you, would you take option number one, unsecured with 15% return? Would you give this kind of money to somebody, the down payment, the closing costs, really giving you guys 100% financing? It seems as though, I mean, somebody's coming up with the mortgage on option one, but really you guys got nothing out of pocket. Would you do that deal for 15 points?
I would do it. I'm confident with the numbers.
he says I would do it. Go ahead. No, bring the explanation.
I'll do it just because I'm confident with the numbers. I'm a very numerical guy. I'm very detail oriented as well. At the same time, I'm confident on the skills that the contractor and partner has, and the history. And I'm pretty sure that we have been getting a lot of attraction for this property as well as a wholesale. So I know that there are a lot of people looking for this.
Okay, what's the time frame? How long do you guys need to get this thing done?
Well, the closing date for this one is April 1st. So that is why we want to have secured the money just in case we cannot wholesale.
Yeah, I get you. That's the closing. But how long is it going to take you guys to make this 80 grand? So April 1st, you close it. I really hope this isn't an April Fool's joke. Like April 1st comes along, we're supposed to close the deal. Your Wi-Fi doesn't work. Now, shit, we're out of money, you know? But how long is it going to take you, assuming it's not an April Fool's joke?
Well, we believe that the renovation itself, it will take up to 3 months. And we add that we put it at a total of 6 months just as a buffer. But we believe that in 5 months, we should be in and out from closing to closing.
Got it. In and out just like the Wi-Fi, right?
Yep. I'm sorry about that, by the way.
Juan, this is awesome. I gotta Matt, do you have anything you want to share? Any expertise, any value you want to add to this conversation?
Yeah, just a couple of little questions here. So with the contractor partner, was he one of the people that actually quoted, and did he quote 30,000? Is that how this all came together, or was he always involved? Did he find the deal?
No, he went with me in the first walkthrough, and he gave me an estimate. Then actually, after I went to 3 more contractors, and all of them were in the same range.
So I guess is there a version where I can just buy the deal, or a version where we can, like, just because I don't know this partner necessarily, where we can just buy him out rather than necessarily be tethered to a partner that is unnamed?
Well, once again, this is just because he already committed with me to jump in. The deal is mine. Like, there is no, we don't have to buy anyone out. What I'm saying is that he's already committed with me to do the put in the expertise, put in the work, put in the mortgage, but I don't have to accept it, if that makes sense. But
well, Matt, so the partner's doing all the work here, right? Like magician versus the mule. You're obviously the magician here. The partner's getting the mortgage. The partner's doing the work. He's probably doing the everything.
Sorry,
on
I
this
thought
thing.
we were being asked for 100% financing.
Well,
on option 2, it's
on option
yes.
2.
And I don't have to have the contractor then?
Well, we don't have him because he wouldn't like to work without having an equity on the deal. We will
Is he tied into this deal? Is he on the contract or the paperwork on this purchase?
No, I'm the one and only in the purchase.
Okay.
You are the one and only on the purchase. This guy's killing me.
And no joint venture in the back, no trust agreements in the back end. It's just you, Ron.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, listen, we are going to move to the final offer. But before we do, guys, I love this conversation. Put it in the comments. Do we smell a deal or do we smell a no deal? Let me know in the comments because we got to move to the final offer. Ben, do you have something to share right now?
Yeah, man. So just want to open it up here. I'm getting some really good questions in my own comments here. By the way, Matt, I think I'm winning, bro. I have a lot of viewers right now, a lot. And somebody wants to know, what if you go over? Like, what if you go over on budget? Where are you getting the rest of this money? That's my question. My brother Sandeep's asking this question right from the Facebook feed. What if you need more money, man? What you gonna do?
Not again.
I guess his answer is you'd cut out the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, he's freezing up on me on these questions. This is like interrogation here.
I really like this guy. I like Juan. It's the internet connection stuff. Can't get his answers.
This is part of making the adjustment to investing in real estate in COVID. You got to have a solid internet connection or you might lose some deals.
100%, man. Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Yeah, there's a lesson here, actually, that you have the attention of an investor sometimes for a split second. You know, I don't blame him.
We got him back, Ben. Sorry, you got him back.
I have to pay for a better internet, man.
Yo, you need 2 connections, not 1. All right, you need to switch out those connections, brother.
Yeah. Well, regarding
Okay,
to your
so what if
question,
the
man,
deal goes over? Let's get back to business. What if the deal goes over? Like you said, you need some money for the rehab, $30,000 to $35,000. But what if it goes over? Where do you pull the excess funds if you're already levered at 100% essentially on this deal? Where are you going to get extra money? Because in my experience, you know, rehabs go over, contractors happen. You know, something needs to get pulled, or there's some scary skeletons in the wall. What happens there?
well, if we got to go to get into my savings, I'll put some of my savings as well. On the same time, one of the the strategy that I could have is as well jumping myself to do some of the job if that something is required to try to minimize what the contractor is going to charge. That's something. As an immigrant, I work here in the construction business for a few months, so I know some of things, not everything, and that's why I would like to do this, because I would like to understand a little bit more. But if I need to jump in, I will jump in.
Dude, lead with that. I love that. I love the person willing to get a second job at McDonald's if that means that's what they need to do to pay the bill. I think there's honor in that. Dude, I like you, man. You're a passionate guy. You have crappy Wi-Fi, but that's a different problem. Are you sure you're in Canada right now? Are you in Canada? Canadian Wi-Fi?
Well, I cannot show you the CN Tower from here, but yes, I'm in Canada.
All right. Here's a question for you. I like you, man. Like, I think you might be the one, but your deal is a stinky number 2. Like 15% unsecured, where I cover essentially the risk component, because on the remainder, on the mortgage principal amount, that's fairly low risk. It's the 20% down. You know, I'm covering the CMHC nut, and I'm also covering the entire rehab here. That's a tough pill to swallow. Matt, I don't know. What do you think, dude? I wrestle with that.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I don't really play with my food, so I'll do option 2 with you, Juan.
Okay.
So
We got a few offers on the table.
Oh, hold on, we didn't get to the offer stage. I mean, we still debating over here.
No,
we gotta go.
Daniel said we were moving on to the final
This
round.
is the final offer stage.
So,
Come on, we've
I'm just
heard
letting
from
everyone do their thing, but like, let's just do number 2. Let's move on. We're done.
You know, Josh is here. I'm giving the guest the opportunity here.
We got Matt making his clothes.
All right, now you're going
I
in.
like that. I like that, Matty. No, I definitely am not liking option 1. That's for sure. I don't like the unsecured. I don't like putting all that money up front, and I don't got my name on anything. So if I move on this, we're going to be talking about number 2 for sure.
Okay, Matt. Let me make sure I understand correctly, buddy. He's asking for $430,000. He's offering 46%, which he said was some ridiculous number, but that's really 11%. If it takes him 6 months, annualized is 22%, but it's 11% for half the year. Am I getting this right? That's the math I got here.
Yeah.
Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah, what I said was $46,000 as a profit.
Yeah, on $430,000 investment, correct?
Correct.
And Matt, you're into that? That's what you're going for, is 11%?
Yeah, I don't need cash for that, so that's good. Cash on cash return will be good.
All right, I gotta give Jazz the floor. Jazz, do you have an offer that you wish to make? I know you mentioned that you're interested in number 2, but is there an offer you're looking to make here?
I'm going to pass on this one right now, man. I'm going to pass. I'm going to let the boys go at it.
All right, we got one out. We got one in. Ben, you are on the clock. What is your final offer?
Dude, at that price, I mean, 11%, that's cheap money. Like, dude, your internet cat's out and Matt still does his deal. I mean, yeah, I would take that deal. The best I can do for you is I'd give you a different split. You know, I would want a piece of secured and profit. But, I mean, I can't touch that capital. For me, it's way too risky to put money in on that deal. So, hey, good for you. Looks like you got an offer, man. I like you. I'd like to do a deal with you, but, you know, merit wins with me. So if Matt's got this one, I'll step aside.
All right. So, Juan, do you accept the offer from Matt McKeever?
Man, what are you asking? Of course, I'll take the offer from Matt McKeever.
Come on. That is awesome.
Love it. Looking forward to it.
Thank you, Matt. Am I your first offer?
You're my second. So the first time I ever came on, I took a deal, and this is the second one.
Well, I'm the one and
So
only.
I'm picky.
No, just make sure your bank account's not as spotty as your Wi-Fi when it comes time to pay the piper. That's all I'm saying. I keep a close eye on this one.
I heard that in Hamilton is better Wi-Fi than in Toronto. I would just say that.
Congratulations, Juan. Congratulations, buddy. Even though your Wi-Fi was glitchy, but you definitely had a great presentation and you stuck the course. You didn't let Ben throw you off at any time. Congratulations, buddy.
Man,
I will say this though, man, Daniel, real quick. Like, guys, when you jack up a deal, just stay in the zone. And Juan, I like how you keep your composure. So I think that's good, man. I would definitely stick with that. Just your deal stinks. But other than that, I love you. You're a good guy.
I got to give it to Juan because he came, he stepped up to the mound, he made his pitch, and we got an investor to swing on it. And so, Juan, congratulations to you. You came, you saw, you now have a deal to conquer with Matt McKeever. Before you go, is there any words that you want to share with our audience tonight?
Absolutely. Thank you very much, first of all of you for having me here. Ben, maybe not today, maybe it could be tomorrow, same as you, Jazz. And for whoever is just on the fence, as I was a few months ago, just jump in, man. Just try, just put out yourself out of your comfort zone, and you can get results. I'm start getting results. I'm just very happy. And now I have the biggest YouTuber of Canada and real estate on my side. So I appreciate it, guys. Thank you very much.
Oh, that's awesome. Congrats Juan.
That's awesome. Looking forward to it.
Thank you, guys.
All right, guys, tell me what you thought about this deal. What you thought about this pitch. One thing I gotta say is I can tell, like in sports, whenever you're looking to find ways to get better, one thing that people do is they look at game film. They have to see, okay, based on what other people have done or what I have done, how can I be better? I can tell, I don't know about y'all, but I can tell that he was watching some episodes of the pitch and being very keen on what his audience is looking for. And so I definitely got to shout him out. Take some golden nuggets. As a matter of fact, join us in the dugout because we definitely will be diving into that conversation. It's been fantastic. And so let me know if you are excited, because for those who said they would get at least one deal, you're on the right track. If you had zero, man, y'all got to have some more faith. Y'all understand me? All right. Ben, Matt, Jazz, are you ready to go? We got one more coming at you.
Let's do
Yeah,
this.
I got to step up. I got to step up the game. Matt creeped in on that one, man. I wasn't expecting that one. Dude, we got to shoot it up.
Yeah,
Jazz, man.
I didn't expect it either, man. I gotta say, Ben, Matty just came out of the blue and just said, "This is my offer."
I'm wasting my breath over here. Jeez, man.
He wanted number two with the one. He wanted number two with the one, man. He did a good job. Congrats, Matt. I like that, buddy.
I just need, it was either that or 2 Bitcoins, right? So
GameStop.
Let's go for it. Hey, are there any Wall Street bettors in the audience? Man, that's going to be interesting. I don't know. You guys should definitely Wall Street bets on me right now. We going up. We going all the way up here.
And definitely what you were saying, Daniel, about knowing your audience, you could tell that Juan has, looked back at some episodes. He knew what to say to Ben. He knew what to talk, how to talk to Matt. He obviously didn't know it was going to be me here, but he knew the other two, right? He actually had Ben on his PowerPoint presentation. He had Matt about a YouTube channel. Very, very smart. For anybody who's watching, know who you're speaking to. It is everything. I've been in sales and service for 26 years. If I ever knew a little bit more information with my clients, I would have loved it. So great job, Juan.
We'll take the advantage every time. Preparation's key on this stuff. So I'm really a big believer of that too, Jas, man. The more prepared you are, you can fight all the other variables. But too many people walk into it unprepared and try to wing it. Don't wing a pitch. You're gonna throw bad intentions after good opportunity.
And he didn't let you throw him off, man. Him coming back and forth on the off the Wi-Fi, on the Wi-Fi. You were saying your thing, and he didn't let him throw it off. I mean, that was really good. I think you got a good one there, Matt. At least a good guy. At least a good guy. I'm not sure about the deal yet either. I'm with Ben on that one. A good guy. I'm not sure about that deal yet, Matt.
There is a quote that goes around and it says that it's not about how hard you can hit, it's how hard you can get hit and keep going. And so shout out to Juan because he exemplified that. All right, boys, we are ready to move on to number 2. The next pitch who will step up to the mound, make his pitch. So I hope you guys are ready. He was born in Newfoundland and began a carpenter apprenticeship after high school and moved to Fort McMurray in 2014, where he finalized his Red Seal certification and started his own contracting business in 2016. And in 2019, he bought his first property that he bird, which for those who don't know is to buy, to rent, to refinance. My God. Buy, rent, renovate, refinance, and repeat. And he did that in 2019 with one of his properties, but now has over 4 properties, and he's looking to do one more tonight. I hope you're ready because we got the one and only Tad Perry. Tad, come on, where you at?
Hey there, Daniel. Thanks so much for the introduction. I really appreciate it, man. Really excited to be here. Ben, it's not Miami weather, but we're getting like 5 degrees here in Fort Mac, so that feels like heaven to us right now.
My man, you are Canadian as they come, my brother. Let's go for it. I'm excited to see what you got going on.
All right, Tad, welcome to the show. This is the time where you step up to the mound. You could throw a curve, you could throw a fastball, or you could take your sweet time. You got 5 minutes to make your pitch uninterrupted to our lovely guest judge and Matt and Ben. So are you ready? Because the floor is yours in 3, 2, 1, go.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks for that, Peter. Thanks again, Daniel. I really appreciate the opportunity to be here, guys. Yeah, I have an offer.
Take your time, buddy. Take your time.
All right, let's just start this all over.
Just take your time.
Yeah, so I'm here today to offer you guys, an opportunity to invest with me as I continue to add to my portfolio and to scale up my real estate business. This particular property that you see right here is located near the town of Athabasca, which is sort of in between Edmonton and Fort McMurray. I have this property under contract for $500,000. I'm looking for a first position mortgage of about 65% loan to value, so that equals out to $325,000 at 12% for a 1-year term. And we're going to be closing on this property in April of this year. As you can see here, this is a RV park and campground deal. So as is, we have 50 RV parking stalls. They have full service, power, water, sewer, etc. And this property is 160 acres. So we've got a lot of room right here for expansion. If we go to the next slide, Peter, in addition to the RV park, we've also got some camp accommodations. We've got a 42-man camp, a 7-man, a dining hall with 2 commercial kitchens, and we've also got an owner's residence, which is a 1980s log cabin, and some various other outbuildings and whatnot on the property as well. So up to this point, if you want to just go to the next slide, Peter, this property has kind of been tailored towards industry and work crews and whatnot coming into the area. Our intention would be to repurpose the property to a more family-friendly sort of campground. Seasonal RV sites in Alberta, they typically range between $2,500 and $4,500 per season. So we feel if we come in at about $3,000 per season, it'll be very attractive for the average family, and we'll be able to fill up the park with no issues. In addition to renting the park, the 7-man camp is currently rented right now for $70 per room per night. So we're going to hang on to that one and keep that going, as well as we'll do some renovations to the cabin, and then we'll be able to rent that nightly as well for about $150 a night. For the remainder of the buildings, we would look at selling the 42-man camp and the kitchen and dining area. And we would take that money then to invest back into the park and expand on the park by adding another 25, at least 25 sites. And these sites will be very private. They'll be treed. They'll be a little larger, maybe like 70 by 100 sort of thing. And those really go at a premium around here. So we think we can rent those for, $3,500 to $4,000 a season. If you want to move on here, yeah. So looking at the risks from you as an investor, I'm inexperienced in this type of business. I've only got residential properties up to now, but I think we can really mitigate that risk. The current owner is willing to mentor us and help us out in the transition. And he will also be holding a second position mortgage. So to be kind of in his best interest to really help us along here. I think the other risk or the other concern I have right now is campgrounds and parks being shut down due to COVID. But I don't really expect that's going to happen. In the 2020 season, when COVID was just starting and everyone was panicking, campgrounds and parks were allowed to remain open. So I also think we're going to be safe there. So you may be wondering, how will your investment be protected? And that's why I want you guys to be in a first position mortgage at a lower loan to value. And this property, we believe, is well under market value. And I've got some comparables to kind of back that up for you. And with the potential revenues, I think it's absolutely no problem to be able to service the debt. And right now as well, the RV industry is booming. In 2020, in North America, RV sales rose by 5% over 2019 sales. And that was considering a 2-month shutdown as well. And some experts are expecting sales to increase by 20% again in 2021 over 2020 sales. So I definitely think, right now is a good time to be into this business. Yeah, so if you want to invest with me today, I've got another deal actually right ready to go as well. I don't want to do just one deal. I want to do multiple deals with you guys. And so who's ready to make a deal?
Well, we got some questions, I'm sure, for you before we're ready to make a deal. Guys, do you want to go first, Daniel?
Yeah, absolutely. I just want to make sure we're all caught up to speed. Tad, appreciate the pitch and the presentation. Listen, this is the opportunity, and correct me if I'm missing anything, Tad. You got 50 stall, full service RV parking campground. You got an owner residence log cabin, 49-man work camp, and various other kind of buildings, all on 160 acres. The potential revenue that you're projecting here is $150,000 a year, as is, with a purchase price of $500,000. And I believe the other opportunities got a 50-stall campground, 38 stalls with water, sewer, 12 with water, sewer, and power, fully rented lots with a waiting list, with the current revenue of $150,000, with potential to increase by $30,000 per year, and that is with a purchase price of $620,000. Am I missing anything, Tad, as a summary?
Yeah, no, that's exactly it, Daniel. I didn't really get into too much detail about the second deal because I didn't want to confuse anyone, but you killed it, man. Better than I could have. So kudos.
Oh man, it's all good. You were on the mound, ready, and you made your pitch. And so I hope Ben, Jazz, and Matt are ready, because we're about to hear it right after this. We will be right back after these words from Cashflow Tribe. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. If you got cats and dogs, we want to welcome you back to the pitch, brought to you by Cashflow Tribe. This is Canada's #1 real estate community. And so I want to implore you, I want to encourage you that if you are enjoying these conversations, this level of thought, this level of conversation, I want to encourage you to join Cashflow Tribe. You can do so at cashflowtribepitch.com. Grab your free membership. We got all kinds of resources, whether it's forums, calculators, we got all kinds of events going on, and best of all, you have the opportunity to connect with thousands of real estate investors. Cashflowtribepitch.com. Check it out. You won't be disappointed. But after tonight's show, we will be hanging out in the dugout. Grab a free membership so you can hang out with us on Zoom, face to face, on camera, so that we can connect and have a deeper conversation. All right, we are going to get right into Tad's pitch. This is an interesting one, and I'm excited to hear what everybody has to say. I've got to start off with the one who took the deal from the last one. From the blue corner, Matt McKeever, do you have questions, thoughts? Let's get this started.
Yeah, this seems interesting. I was getting distracted because other people were sending me other deal offers in the comment section, so I might need to recap a few things here. But Tad, is there a version where you're interested in offering equity instead of, like, is there a version where I can own part of the park with you?
I mean, I came initially just looking for debt, but yeah, I'm open to exploring that, Matt.
And are you interested in acquiring like multiples of these parks and like building it into something like more?
Yeah, for sure. And like Daniel was just saying, I've got a second one already in the same area, ready to go.
And that's a park as well.
And that's a park as well, yeah.
Yeah, I see a lot of interesting opportunity in this space. So obviously there's a lot of due diligence there. One of the things that naturally sets off my radar is when people talk about potential income versus actual. So really getting deep into what the actuals were. And again, last year was a weird year, but you know, like 3-year averages and stuff like that are great in order to kind of wash out odd one-offs. So I'd definitely love to hear, do you have any of those numbers?
Yeah, I do. So I've got all the financials from the current owner for the last 3 or 4 years. In saying that, this owner, he was ready for retirement. He wasn't really pushing the park. He wasn't trying to build it into anything. I think he was just kind of phasing out. He actually put the park in the first place. It was a deal with a contractor who was in the area, and they'd put his guys up. So like he put it in, they came and stayed for a while. Since then, he hasn't done a whole lot. But in this area, there's a huge demand, and I know that's just my word, but there's a huge potential. Like the second deal that I've got, for example, 50 stalls are full, and they've got a wait list. And every park in this area is kind of the same. Us Fort Mac guys, we like to play hard, right? When we're off, yeah.
You guys like the giver, right?
Yeah,
That's what
exactly.
You guys just like the straight up giver, right? You got your large double. Hey, I like you, man. But I've got some tough questions on the business side, so let's dive into it right away if we could, okay? You've got 50 side. You said all of the sites are rented right now. Is that right?
No, so these aren't rented at all.
So there's vacant setup?
Pretty well vacant, yeah. There's a couple of guys there, I think, who are just friends and not really paying anything.
Okay, so we've got derelict tenants there. Okay,
Yeah.
All right. Now you mentioned $150,000 of revenue. Is that current or is that pro forma revenue?
Yeah, that's pro forma. That's what I think we can get.
Maybe I missed that. So 150 is the top end of this thing. So there's really no revenue in this piece altogether. So how do you plan on making the payments per month if there's no revenue coming in right now?
Yeah, so I'll kind of fund that for a little while if I have to. I'm also hoping that I can pre-sale some before we actually make the close in April, just to be able to start making those payments.
Okay, an obvious question I'm going to have that I'm getting this in the comments too quite a bit is, how's the price of oil affecting the demand up there? Like traditionally, guys going to Fort Mac, they're working out there, right? They've got is this seasonal guys going out for work that are bringing their trailers and living on site? Is this local residents in Fort Mac going there? And how is the demand impacted here with the price of oil in Canada?
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, if we look at Fort Mac real estate specifically, there's just been a huge dip. But in saying that, people are still moving here every day. And the fact that this particular property is close to Edmonton as well, then we've got all of Edmonton to draw on. We're about an hour north of Edmonton. So we've got, Fort Mac, Edmonton, who are that we can draw on.
Okay, is this a business play or is this a real estate play for you? Like, are you buying this for the land or are you buying this for the underlying business that it can generate $150,000?
I mean, I guess more so the business. The land, we'll probably just lease some of the excess land to a farmer or something like that to generate a little more revenue. But at the end of the day, yeah, I think.
But the business top line revenue projected is $150,000, right? So, like, I was just going to assume a nominal 50% expense ratio here. What do you bank that the net income is going to be here, the pre-tax revenue or the pre-tax income? You're talking what, 60, 70 grand? Is that what we should expect here, or is there other numbers?
Yeah, no, I think that'd be fair for sure. The expenses are relatively low. Because we operate seasonal, we've got no snow clearing to deal with. Many of the parks, guys, they bring their groceries, they bring their garbage home. So we don't really have garbage to, take care of. So our biggest expenses here really, aside from, property tax, insurance, and that sort of thing, would just be utilities.
Okay, so let me understand this here real quick. So we're talking about $60,000 before mortgage. If I take a non-amortized loan here on 325 at 12 points, it's $39,000 a year. That means that after your mortgage expense, you're left with $21,000. How are we buying this as a business when it's 20 grand of income?
Yeah, I think, after we refinance and get in at a lower rate with an institution and whatnot, then that'll definitely help out our numbers there as well.
Okay, I can accept that. That's fine. So it's going to be at a standstill until you do the refi. In terms of the guy holding a VTB, you said that was a second. You're asking for 325. How much is the second that he's going to hold for you?
Yeah, so we're still kind of negotiating that. I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to get him into, the remainder. If not, I've got about 50K that I can put into that myself.
Got it. Okay, so you're hoping that he comes to the table with 175,000.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know roughly what you're expecting to pay him? I know you're just negotiating it right now, but 10%, 5, or like,
yeah,
where are you at roughly?
I'm really hoping somewhere around that 5%.
Okay, so if I take 175%, that's what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, so roughly 17,000 a year at half of that. So I mean, you're really squeezing this margin. Like you're going to be at about $10,000 a year here without any real variable expenses, and you got 50 grand left over of your own personal cash. Are you really like you want to burn this thing? You got to get 50 units up and running. Is there enough cash flow for you, or is this going to become maybe a passion project and maybe it becomes a big hurdle, big financial burden?
Yeah, Ben, I apologize. I think I was, when we were looking at those numbers there initially, I was sort of factoring in some debt servicing into that as well. So yeah, without debt servicing, I think our annual expenses could just be more around 50,000. So we've got about 100,000 there before we look at that.
Okay. Okay, I got it.
Yeah,
I'm not trying to beat you up here too much, but I find a common challenge with new investors is we get really romantic about the deal we're buying. It seems like a really, really solid deal until you really dive into the hard questions. And unfortunately, I've seen enough investors, especially like in a downturn market, like in 2008 and 9. I know people that were running on razor thin margins here, and when they went negative equity on the deal, they just walked away, and that's a concern I've got.
Mm-hmm.
Jazz, I know you had something to say.
I'll throw it back to you guys.
Yeah, Jazz, did you have something you wanted to share here?
Yeah. Just over to you, Tad. You mentioned that you have some savings to put into the investment as well. Are you working at the current time? Are you like what's your day job?
Yeah, I'm absolutely. So I'm a carpenter by trade. I've been running my own contracting business now for over 4 years. That's been extremely well. Last year, despite COVID and everything, was actually my best year yet. So, I don't necessarily need any income from this deal for my day-to-day living or anything like that. We're secure.
And the gentleman that's going to be helping you operate this business, I mean, you mentioned something about he's thinking about retiring, but he wants to mentor you. Are you going to be operating it afterwards?
Yeah, absolutely. Between myself and my wife, we're still hoping to take care of the day-to-day, and with his mentorship and whatnot, eventually, if we build, get multiple of these, then we'll be able to turn it into our full-time careers, right?
Hey, Ted, let me flip it around on you just a bit here. Sorry, Jazz, I'm going to cut you in just a little bit. Hey, dude, how much of the price here goes to the acreage? Because I noticed you mentioned the acreage kind of was pretty, it differed on the previous examples you gave us in the comps. Maybe you guys can pull up that screen there. But how much of the value is in the land versus in the business and the existing infrastructure there?
Yeah, so we have comparables on just the land, and approximate value on the land is about $1,500 an acre. So we're looking at in that 240 range on just the bare land itself.
And is that in line with the other comparables that you showed us there?
Yeah, so the other comparables have actually, they're if we get to those, they're on a much smaller amount of land.
Okay.
Like if you look at this one.
And sorry about the comparables, Tad. I don't see a time frame for these. Do you happen to know a time frame?
Yeah, absolutely. Lacombe, this one was sold in 2019. Delburn here was sold in 2017. We've got a camp in Wabasca. That one is on the market right now, asking $995,000.
Well, hold on. You said 2017 though, but those are old. I mean, those aren't comps. Those are grandmas.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
so I
comps could be more relevant.
Yeah, I had a little trouble finding very relevant comps just because I think these sorts of businesses, people keep them in their families for years. So there's not a huge amount of comps.
Well, let me ask you this, dude, and this may be a hard-hitting reality, but what if these businesses are just failing because the oil, because of the weather, because of COVID? What if you jump into this thing and you're just taking on the guy's headache? I mean, he's got an empty property here with really no revenue. It seems as though he's kind of selling a little bit of a fairy tale. If the last comp I'm looking at is 2017, dude, that's a big cause for concern. Are you sure you're not walking into somebody else's business that they've walked away from?
Yeah, I mean, I'm really confident in that, Ben. If this was an area that I didn't know, geographical area, I would understand probably the concern. But just because I'm a camper, myself, I know that there's actually a lot of potential. Like we bought our own travel trailers 3 or 4 years ago, and we couldn't find a park from here to within 5 hours that had any availability. So I really do believe, and that's the reason as well that I want to sell the camps, because there's not as much work happening right now. So I'm not at all interested in that side of the business. But I really believe that we can grow the campground side of the business for sure.
Tad, I'm curious, how unique is the land zoning? Like, I'm actually more concerned about new entrants than necessarily the lack of comps. So, like, how much land has that zoning, and how hard is it for someone just to go buy raw land and compete directly with you?
That's a really good question, Matt. And we're actually in a very good position in that sense. The county of Athabasca has really kind of cracked down right now on allowing new campgrounds. A few years ago, there was a big boom. Everyone with an acreage wanted to put in 25 or 50 RV sites. And then local farmers and whatnot started getting up against that. So I think we're really good in that sense. I don't expect a lot of new campgrounds to be coming on stream anytime soon.
Can you point to like a bylaw or some sort of like news article that like shows that the city clearly has a policy against that?
Yeah, I don't have it right in front of me, Matt, but I could certainly provide that for you.
Is there a growing movement here of like this? Like, is there a resurgence up there I'm not aware of tiny homes, or I don't know, something like popping back up in here, or is this kind of a one-off approach? I guess I'm hard on the demand here, trying to figure out, because my understanding here was, yeah, we got a lot of demand for this thing, but it's empty, and I guess I'm wondering why the previous owner didn't set this thing up as a viable business. If there's so much demand, why is it empty? Did he run out of cash? So I'm struggling with that. Maybe you could speak on that point.
Yeah, for sure. And I had talked to him about that myself. And, his answer to me was, I've had opportunities to, rent this on a seasonal basis to families and whatnot, but he just wasn't interested in taking it on. He's, like I said, he's ready for retirement, not interested. He's in his 70s, not interested in really building this business or continuing on with it anymore.
How long has it been empty for, dude?
They have had some revenue over the last few years. It's just It hasn't been full, all the time.
Question: over the last 5 or 10 years, do you happen to know what the gross income would have been as an average?
Yeah, they've been doing well over 100,000 a year gross. I don't have them right in front of me, but
so 100,000 last year.
If you kind of give me a second here, Ben.
I feel like I might be missing the storyline here a bit. Like, they're either doing 100,000 or it's empty. I'm kind of stuck in between here. He's either renting it out or he's not.
Yeah, because they've got the camp accommodations as well, right? And so the camps have kind of been really more of their focus. And like I said, they were more interested in just tailoring to the work crews and whatnot coming into the area and supporting the industry than making this a family park.
Gotcha. Do you have any stats on the number of people exiting Fort Mac or on the shutdowns or reduction in workflow with the whole oil issue?
I don't, to be honest.
Okay. Last question here for you. Have you done any other deals like this? Any other flipping in the past or experience in real estate as an investor in the space other than what you've done in construction?
Yeah, so I've got 4 properties right now. Bought the first one in 2019, bird that one to buy the second, and the others I've kind of just funded with my own cash up to now, and we have plans to bird those properties as well, and just to keep on buying.
Okay.
All right, this has been an interesting conversation. We do got to move to the final offer stage, but before we do, is there any last thoughts that anybody wants to share before we move to the final offer?
Matt's going to make an offer before we have a chance to ask any questions. Might as well just go right to him.
I listened to Daniel very clearly. He's the host. So my last question for you, Tad, is what was the name of the park and how many parks are in Fort Mac?
So the current name of the park is Athabasca Open Camp and RV Park. And we'll be kind of rebranding that to Athabasca Acres and Campground, RV Park and Campground. Yeah,
and then how many are in that region?
Around Fort Mac, particularly, there's not a whole lot. It's about a couple hours south before we start running in the parks. I mean, I couldn't say for sure. There's probably 15, 20 around this whole area within, a couple hours radius.
Okay, awesome.
My last question is this. Is this the kind of place you go and, you rent the trailer site by the hour? You go down there, you pay all cash, you give her for an hour and then you give her, and then you get out of there.
No, the property is a little, it's not as aesthetic as it could be right now for sure, but hey, that's my specialty. I take ugly places and make them look beautiful. Okay. So we're going to make this, into a beautiful family-friendly campground for sure.
Good answer. All right. So you're going to give her though, right?
We are going to give her money. Yes, bye.
Ben's caught up on that. I don't have any questions, Daniel. I kind of know what my decision is, so I'm good right now.
All right, we are finally here with the final offer, guys. In the comments, put it down below. Let me know, deal or no deal. If you got the money to lend, the money to spend, are you doing this deal with our good friend Tad Perry? Let us know. I'm excited because this has been such a good conversation. I want you to hang out with us in the dugout. Grab a free membership. We're going to continue the conversation. We're going to hang out like a team in the dugout to really break down everything that we're talking about tonight. And so let me know, is this a deal? Because we're about to move to the final offer. We say make a final offer. Okay, I got to start with the blue corner. Matt McKeever, you got one done last time, but do we have an offer to present for Tad tonight?
I'd like to, because I really see a lot of opportunity in this space. The two biggest things for me, Tad, would be one, definitely only interested in this if it's an equity play and we're buying a bunch of parks together. And the second one for me is if that's going to happen, like you need to be able to rhyme off to me every single park within like a 4-hour drive of the area you're going, like name by name. And so again, like I think there could be something here, but I'd love for you to come back with like a real business proposal and something bigger. And maybe that happens after you close on this property, right? Like maybe you literally need to get this one under your belt and then come to me. And when you want to scale it big, I'd be interested because I am really bullish. Like we literally started up a whole division now just buying cottages and wholesaling cottages because I see so much opportunity in that space. But again, we became experts when we decided to move into cottages.
All right, we are now going to move to the red corner. Ben, do you have an offer that you wish to present to Tad tonight?
Man, I am a tad bit interested in this deal here, just to put myself out there. But Tad, I'm going to give you some counsel. I wish somebody told me. The right person is out there for you. It's not a bad deal. I think the challenge I have is there's no meat on this bone for a guy like me. You know, it's a straight debt play, given a couple points. I think if you'd be served better, man, to just leverage somebody's network and find a private individual who actually wants to land 325 at 12 points. If you get the other guy doing a second behind you, it's not a bad deal. But for an active investor like me, there's just not enough juice here. $150,000 might as well be $150. The challenge I have with this whole thing is it's between $21,000 and $52,000 of net income before this thing is done. It's just not enough there. I agree with Matt. If you have a real business and we can do 52,000 times 10 of these parks, but then you're going to have to stop doing the other job. And I think it's also a matter of focus here. I don't know if running a business like this part-time is going to help generate the kind of income to even get it to the 150 in the first place. So if you want, what I'll do is I'll refer you to somebody who may be interested in taking a passive piece here at 12 points, because it seems like a fairly reasonable deal. But in terms of my money, it wants a higher return. So I'm going to be out of this deal.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I appreciate it.
All right, Tad, we are coming down to the last one at bat. It is none other than Jazz. Jazz, you are on the plate. What do you have to say for Tad tonight?
Well, first and foremost, I really like you, Tad. You came up here the first 10 seconds of the pitch. You were a little off, but you didn't let that throw you off for your whole pitch. So kudos to you on that. I run a business. I'm obsessed with my business. I've been at this now for the last 16 years. I have no appetite to be part of another business, especially one that I have no clue about. I'm born and raised in Toronto. I don't think my father, who's a taxi driver, or my mother, who's a factory worker, ever took me to the campgrounds. I have no idea why people go there, but I know there is people that go there, but that's not me.
It's the hourly rate crew. You know what I'm saying?
I won't go there. I'll leave
By
that
the
up
hour.
to Ben. I am definitely looking into investing into real estate. I'm just not this just sounds more like a business play, and I got a third child already that I take care of, which is my business. So I'm going to tell you that I'm out. But as Ben mentioned, and as Matt mentioned earlier, we're just not the right people today. Don't give up. Keep at it. Keep asking people. Keep readjusting. There's a massive sign behind me on top of my head which says "Ready, Fire, Aim." You were ready. You fired, and now you just maybe need to readjust to the left, to the right, up or above. Someone will come along, and if not, you just got to keep on adjusting, man. Just keep on adjusting.
I like that advice, dude. I would really suggest just recalibrate with where your pitch is. You just have the wrong audience in front of you for the deal. I think there's a B lender. There's probably a mortgage broker who's got access to other private monies that are not as aggressively looking for, the highest possible return. And I think there's actually an opportunity for you because you're getting a reasonable enough first position if you can get 175 second. So I don't think it's a bad deal, man. I really, I like the fact that you stepped up and you just threw it out there to see what would happen. If more people did that, there'd be more deals happening all around. So, hey, man, I encourage you for doing that, and everybody else who's on the stream, show up. I'm glad that you did, man. But I'll say this. I like the warm weather, and so does my money. So I'm afraid it might freeze to death if it goes up there, and then it's going to slowly leave me by the hour. So don't think I can give her.
All right. I appreciate it, Ben. I'd certainly take that referral from you if you've got that available, and Matt as well. If we could continue that conversation, like I say, I've got 2 already. I would love to become the expert in Canada in this space with you alongside. Joss, thank you so much for the feedback, man. May not have got a deal today, but definitely learned a lot and stepped outside of my comfort zone. So I still feel like I've won.
Great attitude.
That is a winning attitude right there, Tad. We appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, this brings us to the end. It's been an amazing time. I got to give my honor, my thanks to Jazz for being on tonight. You have graced us with your presence, your expertise, your knowledge. I just want to give you the floor just one more time before we head on out of here. What are some words of wisdom that you'd like to share with the audience from tonight's show?
Well, look, I mean, to the whole crew here at the pitch, man. I mean, this was a lot of fun for me. I had no idea what opportunities I was gonna hear. I haven't really shared the stage with both Ben and Matt at the same time. Just a blast. The back end, Daniel. I mean, you're just a ball of fire, man. You're just an awesome guy. Very, very contagious. Your attitude and all the team in the back. So kudos to you guys because you're giving the opportunity for Canadians to come on and invest with someone like myself, but I mean with Ben and with Matt. I mean, this is just a great show. I was honored to be part of it. And for everyone who's watching, you get sometimes one crack at it. Be prepared. Be prepared. You saw Juan, he was, and along the way, you might get thrown off a little bit, but just stay calm, breathe, get yourself through it. And either way, if you get an investor or you don't get an investor, at least you can build on that confidence. And so, congratulations to both Tad and Juan for coming on, and just congratulations to the whole pitch team. It was really an honor to be a part of this. I really had a lot of fun today. So thank you.
Absolutely. We gotta have you on again because that was phenomenal. And before we go, Ben, let's hear from you. What do you have to say from tonight?
So guys, unlike 2008, 2009, where the market dried up and liquidity left and ran away, there's a lot of money right now floating around Canada and RSP and the secondary marketplace, definitely in the private marketplace. So here's the point. You just need to go out and get it. And if you simply put yourself out there and you simply make the pitch, there's enough money out there. But too many people are sitting back waiting for it to happen. It's not going to happen. I think you need to make it happen. So I like to see when people show up. I like to see when people have a good attitude. I like to see when people know their shit. And then the money is there. So I love it. Just keep going, guys. You got this.
Let's round it off in the blue corner with Matt. What do you have to say tonight?
Yeah, it's just always fun seeing people's deals getting pitched. I really enjoy seeing some of those creative businesses and stuff too. It's just a nice change of pace. So really encourage everyone, if you've got a real estate opportunity, if you've got a business, like come on the pitch us. I'm looking forward to having some more successful investments.
That's awesome. And I got to shout a few of you out for taking action. I want to welcome Brandon, Shatana, Trammy. I got to welcome Shabazali, Meadow, and Mazar, and a few more for joining Cashflow Tribe. Grab your free membership because we're going to continue this conversation in the dugout. We are going to be getting started just in a couple minutes. I want to thank Peter, the producer, our guest Jazz Takar, Matt McKeever, Ben Mirzan, and all the team at Cashflow Tribe. Until next time. Go ahead,
Yo,
Ben.
hold on. You know what I got to do? I'm trying to win this competition every night. So James R. Smith, you got a hundo. We printing tendies, son. James R. Smith, hit with the share. You got $100 coming your way. Hit me up after the show. And appreciate everybody else sharing this thing out. I'm going to pick one more random person from the audience. Nadia Stoller, you got $100 coming to you. Appreciate you guys on the share. Let's keep making this Canada's #1 real estate investing show. Real life, no gimmicks, real deals, and real people. Let's go.
And until next time, we're going to the real dugout. I'll see you on the inside. Take care, everybody.
My name is Alex Musapea. I've joined the Cashflow Tribe about a month and a half ago. I do have a full-time job. I've been doing real estate investments on my own for the better part of 8 to 10 years. It has been very slow. lone wolf mentality. Only been in the real estate investment and business ownership mindset for a few months now, so it was quite slow. Meeting like-minded individuals that I can collaborate with has been a nice change of pace. Cashflow Tribe has been some serious practitioner information that I was able to tap into, but I knew I needed to take it to a higher level.
My name is Soham Gupta. I am with Cashflow Tribe since April of 2020. My life before I came into Cashflow Tribe, I was working my job and just paying my bills. I was just getting by. One day while I was working at my work, I work as a general laborer, picking a lot of heavy cases, and my knee started hurting really bad. And I was so upset about that work that I thought, man, what am I doing over here? And that really made me take the leap forward to do something about it and join Cashflow Tribe. Happy that I have a purpose now. I learned a lot about real estate investing. I have plans to implement on them, and I think within the next couple of months, I would be making a lot of money compared to what I was working in.
My name is Daniel LeBlanc, and I joined Cashflow Tribe back in March. I was stuck. I couldn't go any further up. So when COVID happened, I was at home. I had no more work. I had one job to finish before, and I finished it. And I couldn't take on more jobs because people were staying in homes with kids and all that, so we can't do work with people living in their homes. I've been doing investments since 2006, so it's not my first rodeo. I've done 2 major failures where I had to lose everything and start again. It's very hard. So the whole world's crashing down financially, and you're just like, you got to go another 7 years before your credit get worked up again, so you can get the courage to go back forward and do your deals again. Since I found Cashflow Tribe, things are going back for the positive, the way I love it. Because before that, I was like losing energy, losing focus for it. The drive was gone. And then when I got Cashflow Tribe, and they were talking about all the strategies and all that stuff, and you're saying how possible it can be, it just boosted my spirit back up. I'm back on the game. I'm back finding that life that I lost back when everything went wrong, right? Everybody wins. And if somebody's losing in one of my deals, I don't want to do a deal. I don't care if I win. I don't want it. I could make $1 million on a deal. If I cannot have my partners to win on the deal as well, I don't want the deal.
My name is Joshua Clow, and I joined Cashflow Tribe back in March. Before I joined Cashflow Tribe, I would go to these meetups, and nothing really changed. There was no accountability, which is one thing that's really core to Cashflow Tribe. And so as soon as I had that, not only did you have this intense sense of community where people actually connected with you all the time and were eager to do so and lend out a helping hand, but you also had accountability. So you felt like you had to kind of start taking some action. I came from a pretty poor family. Both my parents were on ODSP and stuff like that. And I never really even took it in that I had a choice. I just kind of almost had this sense of having a vow of poverty on my life forever, that it's just the way it was, the way it always gonna be. And when I started to invest in myself, that was what made the mind switch. And so I'm a big believer in the power of perspective, and that can change your whole world around you. This was a big investment for myself and my wife. I'm ready to go. I want to join council. I want to start doing deals this week, and I want to start a business and just go full tilt with nothing stopping me.
Hey, what are you guys doing? There's still 70 of you hanging out here on the stream. We're all hanging out in the dugout right now. Head over to cashflowtribepitch.com if you guys aren't part of Cashflow Tribe yet. Free membership gets you in, and you get to hear some of the deals that are going down. Last week, they were pitching deals back and forth to each other in the dugout, and they're diving deeper into how these deals went tonight. They're going to, Ben, Matt, Jas, they're going to also discuss how Juan and how Tad could have potentially pitched their deals better. So there's lots of information, a lot of behind the scenes stuff. These were real deals, real investors, real money just went down tonight, and they're discussing these deals right now a little deeper in the dugout. So what are you doing? Why are you watching me? Stop watching me. Go head over to cashflowtribepitch.com right now. Go get a free membership if you're not a Cashflow Tribe member yet, and come join us in the dugout. I'll see you guys there. Thank you guys so much for watching the pitch. We really appreciate you all. This is an amazing opportunity, and I'm truly proud to be part of this. So, guys, come hang out with us in the dugout. Let's go.